Yes, hello everybody. Welcome to the Lollicasters podcast. I am David, your fox.
I am Tony, your goat.
And I'm Mike the Panda.
Yes, Mike, our pistol panda. So we have a pretty fun show for you this week. We have, let's see here, Disney just bought out a fox. Not me, it's okay. You're safe, everybody. I'm safe. Secondary, we'll be talking about Dave the Fox's experiences with Delta Airlines. That's going to be fun. And then, we'll do all the fun stuff we normally do. So how do we get into it? So the first story of today, Tony, I believe you have the most info on this one, but can you go ahead and tell us about Disney's plans here, or what Disney just did?
Well, Disney went and bought Fox 21 Studios. Basically, biggest thing is the whole MCU now for Marvel Studios is all in one house.
All right.
A few things that people were worried about, like, oh, is Deadpool still going to be rated R? Yes, it still is. I don't think they got the news affiliates here. I can look it up here quick, but Fox is a pretty buyout. Basically, they're saying it's. I'm getting different conflicting numbers, but it's a huge number anyway, so it really doesn't matter. 52.4 billion is what Disney bought Fox for.
That does sound like a lot, but when you think about all the properties they just purchased, it's a drop in the bucket. How much they're going to get off it.
Right. I mean, they pretty much got. Well, think about they got the Simpsons.
Yep.
They got anything related to Fox TV.
Right. They got King of the Hill, and I think they're going to bring that back, or at least they were planning to.
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff they can work with.
Oh, yeah.
Cool beans.
Yeah, I'm looking at a lot of stuff here that... I'm looking at what they didn't buy, I think... Don't quote me on this, but I don't think they bought anything news affiliated.
Okay, nobody will quote you. Hey Mike, did you hear this? Tony was saying that they bought the news stuff too, all of Fox.
Huh. Yeah, that's not what I heard.
Yeah, I think it's true. I heard it on the internet.
Oh, it must be true.
Yep. All right, continue, please, Mr. Goat.
What do you mean? Is it not true?
No, I don't know. Keep going.
All right. Well, that's pretty much all I have for that. I just saw it. It was on here, and yeah.
Okay, all right. So let's just talk about what this all means. Like you just broke down that the MCU and all that's all together. But what do you think this means for like all their movies after what's being made? Because Deadpool 2 is already mostly done. Like, of course they're going to keep it the way it was because you already got this thing to sell. Like, why not sell it? But what about for movies after that? Like, because like you can look at what they did with the Star Wars franchise. Now, yes, the last one was pretty good. It was a little bit divisive. Some people really didn't like it, and some people really loved it, and all of us hate Rose. But my problem here is, like, a potential problem is they might try to take the same brush to every single movie they have, like the way they do it with the Marvel movies, where it's always something like super actiony and a little bit dark, but then they got all those quippy lines in there. Like, I don't want every movie, every Star Wars movie or every movie in general, I don't want everything to just be full of quip guys who are always pulling out the right answers at just the right time, I want a little bit of conflict in there.
Right. Well, as far as I know, I mean, I can try and get a list here of all the stuff with that as far as movies goes, but I think it's going to be a long list.
Well, I mean, I know we're going to have a lot of movies, but that just kind of feeds my point where I'm afraid that Disney's just going to put Disney stink on everything. And, I mean, it's not bad. Most of their movies are fairly good, but they're also incredibly safe.
Right. Well, they have another. That's where they make their more racy stuff under Miramax.
Oh, I see.
Disney owns that, so whatever is kind of
Oh, I didn't know that.
rated R stuff or whatever, bad. I mean, that's usually what they put it underneath. I mean, heck, Disney owns I think they still own ICP, but at one point they
Oh.
owned ICP.
Oh, ICP.
So-
I thought you were gonna say Disney owns ISIS.
No, well, maybe. No, I mean there's a record label from Disney that carried a few ICP albums. We all know how well charged they are.
Yeah, you didn't mistype it there, Mike. It's Insane Clown Posse. Mike, just Google ICP. He was like, what the hell is that? No, it is the Insane Clown Posse, but I didn't know Disney was backing them.
Well, this is like way back, way back.
I see.
When I say way back, I mean like 20 years ago back. I mean,
I see. This is yeah. So everybody knows I'm 29, so this is when I was a 9-year-old.
Yeah, it was way back in the day. But
All right.
Disney covers some of that stuff. And another thing about Disney doing this is there's concern about them pulling all Fox-related material off of Netflix.
Ah, I see. Well, yeah, yeah, because I mean, one of the negative sides, one of the big negatives is if Disney buys this, then they own a very large share of Hulu, essentially, because they're already going to pull their stuff from Netflix. Disney is, at least. They have their contracts is going to expire. They're going to buy out and all that stuff. But Fox owns a lot of Hulu, the competitor to Netflix, and they also own, I think Disney has a share already, and then Fox had a share. So that gives them a very controlling share. So that could mean that they just put a shit ton of their stuff on Hulu, and that way they don't have to, like, this is a smart move by Disney's part if they're doing it this way. Because that way they don't need to launch a streaming service just for Disney. They just turn Hulu into their streaming service for Disney.
Right. I mean, it's like what ABC did with Star Trek Discovery or whatever.
Well, ABC is also Fox. Wait, no, ABC is Disney. Hey, sorry. ABC is Disney too.
Yeah, I think that's CBS is doing the Star Trek thing, but it's basically everything's turning based over to just streaming is where everyone's going.
Does make sense.
It's a big trend where, I mean, you got you're going to have CBS streaming, you're going to have Fox pulling their stuff off Netflix. Netflix was pretty much the grandfather of what made streaming today.
Right, but they were the first ones through the door, so they got all the goodies, and now that everybody else is catching up, they're losing quite a bit. But where Netflix has the advantage, they're actually making some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you got your Jessica Jones, you got your Daredevil, you got your Punisher.
Right, now that could all leave too because Marvel is already owned by Disney.
Right, exactly. The BBC's already pulled stuff off of Netflix and went with their old streaming stuff. They took up Doctor Who.
Oh, that's too bad. That was a big catalog.
I know, so I mean, you don't no longer have Doctor Who on there. You got to go over to BBC streaming, which I don't even know if we can over here in America, but that, it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, well, the good thing is it's going to create a very large landscape. It's like right now is probably one of the best times ever for like people who are making new shows to get out there and sell their stuff. Like that's why we have The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones and all this really badass like television that's pushing the envelope and giving us some grand shows. So I think there's something to be said about that. What do you think there, Mike?
Well, I don't think it's good or bad. I think it just kind of depends on what Disney does with it. If they try to put their own spin on all the movies, like you were saying, that would be bad because then all the movies would just kind of be like the same flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be kind of boring.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they could like keep the creators on payroll, like and just kind of let them do their thing, continue being successful.
Mm-hmm. And that could happen because like Marvel started to kind of learn. They Disney's Marvel studio was kind of falling into that trap there, where from the original Captain America, Thor, those, and then they had Avengers, and up to about Ant-Man. Every one of those movies was pretty much the same thing in a different costume. People got fucking tired of it, and then all of a sudden Guardians comes out, and they let this guy, I think it's Tim Gunn. Am I right there or am I wrong? Tim Gunn?
Think so.
Okay, Tim Gunn. Either it's that guy, Tim Gunn is either that guy or the guy from Project Runway who everybody loves. That's some Gunn guy too. His last name's Gunn also. Anywho, but once they let that guy run with the Avengers and let him have some fun and make something kind of psychedelic and space agey and pretty fun, then they're like, okay, this looks pretty good. And then now they're starting to let Thor do that a little bit more, and hopefully they're going to let Deadpool get dark and dirty. That'd be fun. But I don't know if they'll allow something as like gritty as like Logan was. Because that was pretty dark.
Well, once again, that would fall underneath Miramax if they did that, more than likely.
Well, you'd hope.
Yeah. Well, here's something I just found out here I was looking into. Avatar, it was pretty much announced that Avatar will get 4 sequels.
Well, fuck that.
I just read that. It's on the internet. Don't know if it's real. Sorry.
Avatar. But I think it's true. I think I heard something about that. Avatar 1 was too much Avatar.
Yeah.
I was done with that movie the instant it was done. Like 2 hours, finished. I saw all it needed to see. Oh, it's really pretty, but the story's been done and nobody does anything.
Looks like here's something too. Is Disney interested in Fox was less about X-Men and more about Futurama.
Aha.
That's kind of a exciting notion there.
That's interesting, but if I remember correctly, the final season of Futurama wasn't all that impressive either.
Well,
like it was a good show still at the end. It just wasn't. It wasn't what it was at the beginning. It kind of did the same thing The Simpsons is doing and continues to do now, where at first it was edgy and had a point, and then it just starts getting all social justice-y and, let's all hug and be friends, and oh, we hate Donald Trump, he, aren't we rebels? That kind of shit.
Yeah, they might just be trying to bring it back just for the nostalgia. I don't know why they brought Star Wars back. But they keep Simpsons going and all those stupidly long-running shows.
Right, and like The Simpsons was one of the best shows. Like if you go back and you time all the bits in The Simpsons, it's like every couple seconds. I'm not kidding. It's like you held a stopwatch up and you had a clicker, and in 1 minute clicked every time you had a joke. You'd probably have about 45 different jokes. But now if you do it, and you do that same thing, you might have 2 jokes in a minute, which is like sitcom-y. That's really boring comedy style. And that's kind of where Futurama was getting at the end of their run. And I really, really hope they don't reanimate this corpse just to let it walk around and be annoying.
Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead, Mike.
Just need to try new things.
Right, just let it go, let it die, and then you have something new. Like right now on Netflix, speaking of like fun cartoons, one of my favorite cartoon shows is not a kid's show or anything, but it's along the lines of, say, The Simpsons or Family Guy, or I would say it's pretty close to King of the Hill. It's a show F is for Family. Super duper fun. Like, if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. If you want like a kind of a dickish way to explain it, it's kind of like if King of the Hill was an alcoholic. Pretty close. If Hank Hill was an alcoholic with anger issues, that's pretty close.
Okay. Funny.
So I highly recommend going to watch it. I think there are 3 seasons. I watched all 3 seasons in about 2 days. because it was just so much. Like it's got the trifecta of making a good comedy. Anything. It's got some jokes. It's got some character progression, and there's a little bit of heart in there, a little bit of drama, something to make you invested in these characters, something touching. There's emotional tug in every direction. It's not just, oh, we're all going to make dick jokes, or oh, we're all going to make fart jokes or something. There's something in there. Now, of course, there are a few dick jokes in there. I can't lie to that one. There's one joke. This won't ruin anything for anybody because you won't know when it's coming. The family is a mom and dad, two brothers, and then a sister. And the middle child is the younger brother. He sneaks into mom and dad's room for some reason, can't remember why. Mom and dad come home having a fight, and so he doesn't get in trouble. He dives underneath the bed to escape it. And mom and dad are having this giant argument right next to him. And then they start having sex, as you do. And you hear mom and dad just going at it right above, and the kids below the bed just listening to this whole thing. And then he peeks out from under the bed to see if the coast is clear, looks up, and he sees his dad's ball sack just flopping forward and backward. And he goes outside and just starts puking his guts out. That is one of the funniest bit setups I have seen in like 5 years.
Oh, that is quite horrible.
It is really good.
Funny.
Like that's some good stuff right there. And that's a comedy one spot. There are about 2 or 3 bits in there that you understand. You know, you understand the mom and dad fighting, you understand the sex thing. Of course, that's a little raunchier, but it's in your face, it's there. And before that even happens, the mom and dad are arguing about, the mom getting a new job and all that stuff. There's a little bit of everything in that one little scene. That's some magic right there. And that's what a lot of like The Simpsons and all those guys are losing nowadays.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. I'm so surprised Simpsons is still on and running, to tell you the truth.
Well, it's basically the only reason is like the 4 remaining writers who were original writers are getting like $30 million an episode.
Wow, that's yeah, I guess it wouldn't stop either.
They're getting a ton of them, but like like if you want to, I'm saying there are only 4 out of the original like 20 writers left.
Huh.
Like originally, when they were writing an episode, they would spend about 3 days on each scene, getting all the jokes right and setting it all up. And now they can knock an episode out in a day, which gives you the idea of the quality level, why it was so good, why it was so good before, and why it's so shitty now.
Yeah.
So, anywho, what's next on the agenda? Here's another minor negative. Now I'm gonna set this up, and I'm gonna let you guys take a whack at it. People are saying that because Disney owns Pixar, Disney owns basically Fox's entire entertainment section. Disney owns Muppets and Star Wars and basically every one of these properties. People are getting a little bit worried that Disney is getting pretty close to a monopoly. What do you guys think about that?
I was going to actually bring that up, but I don't have the true facts about it and what other companies are out there and all that. But the thought did cross my mind how they could be getting away with having such a huge share of entertainment, you know.
All right. What do you think over there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm not really aware of like all the different companies and stuff out there. I mean, they're getting pretty big, but I'm not sure if they're quite being a monopoly yet. Because I mean, there's seems to be plenty of other companies out there who can compete.
Such as?
I don't know, like just any other company out there that makes movies would be able to compete with Disney. It's like, I think to be a monopoly, you basically have to control the entire industry, right?
Yes. Well, the definition of a monopoly is owning the means of production and the means to sell the production and the means of travel. Like you own every little bit along the way. So the first big monopoly guy was, I think it was Rockefeller, and his whole thing. Let's just imagine. Let's imagine your job is selling lumber. Okay, that's the easiest one that I can concretely wrap something. To have a monopoly in the lumber business, you would need to have a patch of land that you own. You need to have trucks that you own. You need to have a distribution center that you own. Everything along that line would have to be yours. Whereas, like normally, like if you're right now you own a lumber company, maybe the shipping company might give you a discount, but it's not your company. And the distribution company isn't your company either. There's a link in the chain, or there's a chain link, and you might have a really big link in the chain, but you're not the whole thing. The whole thing is the monopoly.
Yeah.
So if you really wanted to make an argument about a monopoly, I would look at something like Pepsi or Coca-Cola. They are so goddamn close to a monopoly, they might as well have one. They own the soft drink company, obviously, and they own the restaurant companies right there. They own the means of production and the distribution. Okay, so if they also own the shipping company, I would say that's a monopoly more than anything.
Well, I do have a list here of some of the. There's more out there. Well, there's number one was Disney. Number two is Fox. Number three out there is Warner Brothers. There's Universal. There's Paramount. There's Sony.
Okay, so yeah, they got plenty of competition, so it's far from a monopoly in the entertainment industry, at least.
Right. And there's nothing to stop those other companies from making Disney-like movies if they want to go that route, or they keep making their own stuff.
All right, Universal already does, and they also have their competing, like not even in movies, like theme parks and stuff. So
yeah,
they're all together there, and Warner Brothers has ties for Six Flags. They all got something.
And there's plenty. I mean, there's always like other distribution network like on the internet, like Netflix, name one. That's the only one I know.
Right. Well, Amazon has Amazon TV, but who Who cares about that, right? Amazon, don't hate us. We love buying shit from you, although you're getting a little bit weird with the politics stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And Disney executives or anybody out there listening to us, if you don't like our opinion, you can find our office at 39.03 degrees north, 125.76 degrees east. Come get us, bitches. Alrighty? We don't care. You send that Mickey Mouse, straight at us if you want. We're not afraid. Send your fucking Jedi, sure. We'll show them some force, if you know what we mean. Butt fucking. Alright. So, enough with the Disney discussion. I've got some news from this week, if you don't mind me sharing. Do you mind me sharing there, Tony?
You share away, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so for those of you who don't know, we're recording this during the holiday week. For us, it's Christmas and New Year's. And for Christmas, I decided to come home to visit my family. I live in Japan normally, but I came back to America to celebrate the holidays. And on my flight from Tokyo to Detroit, it was a lovely time. I had a nice guy sit next to me. We had a lovely conversation. Good movies to watch. Quite comfortable. Good job right there. They even got to Detroit early. Coming into Detroit, however, we were supposed to leave at about 7:40 p.m. 7:40 p.m. Unfortunately, there was a delay till about 9 or so. And then there was another delay. And another, and another. And we didn't actually end up leaving until about 11:45. Actually, we didn't even take off until about 12:30 at night. Right. So a 3-hour layover turned into about an 8-hour layover with the possibility of cancellation. Yes. Yes, sirree. Pretty fun.
Wasn't it something like they lost the pilots?
Yes. The first reason was they lost the pilots. And when they said they lost the pilots, I was sitting there going, okay, the pilots are having lunch, or, you know, they're off doing something and they just didn't check in. It happens. We've all been at those jobs, you know. It's busy, I get it. But it turned about an hour later, they get on the intercom and they say that we found the pilots. They're in Pittsburgh. We are in Detroit. That is very far away from Pittsburgh. So then they say, well, the pilots are in Pittsburgh. Once they get to the airport, they'll do their safety check and we'll be on our way. So there's nothing I can do about it, but I need to call my mom. So I get up and try to find a landline. I have a Japanese cell phone, ladies and gentlemen. This mofo does not work in the United States. So I have no cell phone. And there are no payphones anymore. There are no payphones in case of an emergency or anything. So I went over to the help desk lady, where there were only 2 people in front of me, but it took each of them 20 minutes just to talk about their tickets and changing them and whatnot. So, like, I was there for a bit. Luckily, the gentleman behind me let me borrow his cell phone to call my folks and let them know what's up. So later, I figure out that the Wi-Fi was working through my computer, and that's fine. So I call up our neighborly goat here, neighborhood goat. And what happened there, Mr. Goat?
Well, we started playing a few games there, you know, StarCraft, whatever, chatting there, and I said, you know, I don't think it's very fair that you have to go through this.
Right.
So I immediately called up. Do you want me to name the airline or not?
We can't say the name of the airline because, you know, we don't have the money to get sued over here at 39.03 degrees north, 125.76 degrees east. But I can tell you that it rhymes with Smelta.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that works. So, anyways, I called up Smelta and talked to the gentleman.
Right, as my dad.
Right, as your dad, and was able to get you, what was it, $150?
$125 voucher.
They would not do the $150. I mean, that's going to break Smelta, you know.
That'll break their bank. They got to use that money to pay for new pilots.
Also, I inquired about them getting you some food because you've been there for a long time. You were hired.
Right.
Well, you had to walk like 10 gates down, it seems like, and you could have gone and got some. What were they offering?
They were offering free Chick-fil-A, but it was more than 10 gates. We were at gate A15, and they were saying it was at like gate 118.
Yeah.
The distance between gate 30 and 15 is a 10-minute walk.
Right.
So, and my flight was supposedly, now at that time, I had to assume that the flight was coming. So, at the time, the flight was about, I don't know, 10 minutes away, presumably. So, they offered...
I think it would have been hilarious if you actually would have gone there and got your Chick-fil-A. You said, you could have hang on 10 more minutes. I've been waiting 2 hours for you.
Yeah, that would have been really funny. I would have been laughing the entire time I was watching the plane take off. Like,
well,
if I hadn't been, from Japan to America, I didn't sleep on the plane. And once I got there, I was afraid to fall asleep in the terminal in case it took off. So I'd been awake for about, I don't know, 30 hours or so.
Yeah.
And if I,
That's not fun.
You were trying to hang in there pretty good, I gotta tell you that.
well, you know, it helped out that you were making me laugh so hard. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this guy over here is an absolute champ when it comes to negotiation. Now, not only did he get me that $125 coupon essentially to the airline, but he was trying to get me first class tickets from America to Japan. So everybody knows the difference in price between economy class, second class, and first class is about $2,000. So
Hey, try to do my goat best.
that's right. Now, what is your goat best, sir? What does that sound like? Now, I'll let you all know in on a little secret. This guy called as my dad, laid it on thick, like, oh, well, I guess we might get to see Grandma tomorrow. And my son hasn't eaten in 12 hours. And I was in the background, well, Dad, it's okay. I don't need to eat today. I ate yesterday. It's fine. But here was the cherry on top of the sundae. When Tony the goat was talking to the Delta help desk manager and said, oh, sorry, Smelta. We'll cut that part out.
Yep.
We'll cut that part out. We're talking to the Smelta.
You can bleep it.
That's right. You're talking to the Smelta help desk manager. And in the straightest face I could ever imagine, told the guy that this was the first Christmas in 3 years I was coming home, and my sister was dying. My sister was dying, and the only thing that could cure my blues was a first-class ticket to Japan. And the guy didn't bite. I mean, he was a stone cold mofo.
He paused. He paused like, oh.
Yeah.
I'll handle this one.
That's right. That was right about the time when you were like, oh, we fucking got him, man. We got him. And according to my brother, if I had been like, you know, a member to Smelta, like a frequent traveler, they probably would have bumped me up and I would have been all right. But I only fly once every, you know, couple years or so.
Yeah, because, you know, price of tickets from Japan to America are so cheap.
You know? Yeah, it's like, you know, you gonna take a train or the airplane? Which one? You know?
Or a boat.
Sure.
I'll bring my goat boat next time.
All right, you do that. Actually, we were discussing if the flight had been canceled out and out. Like, you were about to come get me from 39.03 degrees north, 125.76 degrees east. It was about an 8-hour drive. So I mean,
yeah, I could have done it.
And I was appreciative. So that was my experience with Smelta. Mr. Manager, if you're listening to me, again, we're not upset with you. Just your company needs to eat a bag of dicks. Also, don't kill me on the way home.
Yes, that's good. And please find out where your pilots are with pre-boarding. That'd be nice.
Track their cell phones or something. I don't know. Just let us know. Figure that out before we get there.
Maybe call them.
Something.
I don't know. Maybe we should put some GPS tracking chips in those pilots.
That's right. Or at the very least, next time, please take my advice and let me fly the plane.
Yes.
Hey, I offer. I was saying, I told the guys, hey, I'll take off as long as you guys can figure out how to land it. I'll be all right. Just fly low. Fly the plane low to the ground. We'll be okay.
Just hit the autopilot button.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's all for. There's at least one parachute, right? That's all I need.
Yeah.
They call me the Fox.
Could have like Die Hard 2 going on there or something.
That's right. They call me the Fox for a reason. Because I'm an asshole.
Yep.
But you know what?
Look at this.
You know what? I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. The gal behind the desk in the airport and the gentleman at the terminal, they were doing their jobs pretty well. They kept us informed. They gave us a bunch of sugar. Like 10 minutes into the wait, they were like, "Oh, we got these free bags of soda and all these crackers if you want them." Like, thanks for giving us this sugar so we don't sue you. It worked. Anyway, enough about the Fox and his travel woes. I do believe we need to get into our first sponsor of today. The sponsor is...
Hold on.
No, it's fine.
I'm almost scared to hear it. I'm scared to hear it.
No, we're fine. We're fine. This one's a good one. It's a good one. Speaking of airlines, our first sponsor of the day is Friendly Skies. I mean,
this is a big outfit there.
Yeah, it's not too bad. They've got they got about 2 or 3 jumbo jets. They're ready to go.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they paying us?
They're actually paying us in money.
Like green stuff that we can spend later towards other stuff?
Well, it's Venezuelan money.
Oh. How much is that worth American?
Well, since their economy collapsed a few months ago, not much. But once they rebound, we'll be in the black.
Can we actually get some coffee with it?
What's that, Tony?
Can we actually get some coffee with it, or maybe perhaps some Captain Morgan or something?
Well, we get free dog meat.
Okay, well, hey, I guess we'll take what we can get here.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead. Their catchphrase is "You'll never forget what we've done to you." Friendly Skies. Prepare for fun. Here at Friendly Skies, we strive to make our guests' travel experience as memorable as possible. Let's hear from a few satisfied customers. When Friendly Skies lost my bags, all I had to do to get them back was scream at the lady behind the desk, and I was promptly tackled to the ground and tased. Before you knew it, 5 weeks later, they returned my bags. Nothing in them, but I got the bags back. I do miss my blow-up doll, though.
My flight was delayed from 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. 2 weeks later. And to make it up to me, they gave me a sincere apology. I really appreciated that, since it was something to remember the day of my sister's funeral.
Now let's have a cheerful word from your captain. What do you want, huh? You think I can't fly a plane? Shove this plane up your ass, you don't shut up. He sure has spirit, don't he? Friendly Skies, you'll never forget what we've done to you. Oh, geez, that sounds like an interesting flight experience. Not unlike Smelta.
Yeah, it seems, so, well, hey, we at least got some money out of it, I guess, some dog food.
All the dog meat we can eat.
Yeah, so, but I guess that's good.
Yeah.
Keep coming there, Sir Fox, keep coming, we can, need all the revenue we need.
Yeah.
Pretty soon we're going to GoFundMe account for my suicide pill.
Hey, I'll just give you the $5 now. Let's go buy it. Like, we have a pistol. Just need a bullet.
Well,
I got a pill for you.
I'd rather do it James Bond style.
Yeah, Mike's got plenty of bullets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Won't even tell. We won't tell you when it's coming. You won't even feel it.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
Well, you know what they say. You get busy living, or you get busy dying.
Alright, so what's next on the agenda there, guy?
Ah, motherfucker. Right? What the fuck were we just talking about like 10 seconds ago, Tony?
Oh, sorry.
I gave you a perfect segue.
I thought you were gonna
Perfect segue.
I didn't even know it was a segue. It can't be that
You've never
perfect.
seen Shawshank Redemption?
No.
Ah,
What's the segue?
get busy living, you get busy dying. That's the fucking guy's line from Shawshank Redemption. One of his most famous lines in the history of everything.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mess that up there. Maybe I was going to segue first. So anyways, the segue, okay. The segue was the line that I've never seen from a movie with Morgan Freeman.
Shawshank
so I'm gonna do a Morgan
Redemption.
Freeman impression.
You get busy living or you get busy dying.
You get busy living or you get busy dying.
What the fuck is that, Tony?
That's my Morgan Freeman impression.
That's not a Morgan Freeman impression. Now listen to me.
Yes.
Listen to how I do it. Listen to how I do it. This is Morgan Freeman, okay? You get busy living or you get busy dying. La vista.
No, I think that was the Terminator.
No, that's Morgan Freeman. Pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Let's see yours if you're so good at it. Come on, Tony. Let's hear another one.
alright, yeah. Hello, I am Morgan Freeman, and my name is Lucius Fox, and I know Batman.
Hello, I am Morgan Freeman. Oh, wait. Who said that? Who said that?
It's me, Morgan Freeman.
Oh, jeez. It's
Wow,
really Morgan Freeman. Oh man.
Were you leading up to? Do we actually have a guest star in here today?
Yeah, we have Morgan Freeman in here. How are you, Mr. Freeman?
I'm doing just fine, fellas.
Oh man, I'm starstruck. Oh, my pits are already sweating.
What? Do you get any movies coming up?
Nothing I can really talk about. You know, the
Okay.
confidentiality contracts.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, would you like to be our intern, Morgan Freeman? I mean, that'd be really awesome.
I mean, I already am your intern.
Yeah, we hired. Wait. Hold, give me a second. Hey, Paul the old intern, everybody. Yeah. Did we hire Morgan Freeman as intern? Yeah. When? 2 weeks ago. Oh. All right.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Paul, the current intern. Well, Morgan Freeman, I guess, everybody. So how do you like working over here at Lollicasters?
I mean, it's my first day. I had to put in for 2 weeks at my other job, so I mean that's why you haven't seen me yet.
Oh, okay. I see. I thought you were just being sneaky.
No, Morgan Freeman's not like that.
I see. Well, of course not. I guess I'm just presuming a little bit too much. Sorry. Oh my God, it's Morgan Freeman. You go ahead, Mr. Goat. You question him. I mean, it's one fox to another fox. Mr. Lucius Fox. He's the original fox.
I have to ask one question. What do we do with Paul? We can't afford Paul.
Well, no, Paul's gonna go on his holiday vacation and all that. So, see you, Paul. Bye, Fox.
Paul, could
see
you
ya.
do me a favor? Paul?
Yeah.
Do you go get me a sandwich downstairs?
You go fuck yourself. Good job, Paul.
Oh wow.
Paul the intern, everybody. I like him. He's got some spunk. What do you think, Mr. Freeman?
Yeah.
I kind of like him.
Morgan Freeman agrees. So, thanks.
Okay. So, Mr. Freeman, just kind of wondered, you can't really count any movie you're doing, so what do you do in your spare time, Mr. Morgan Freeman?
I do the same thing other actors do, charity work, and a lot of reading, and socializing.
Do you have any documentaries coming up where you read all that good stuff and with your Morgan Freeman voice?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, you got one of the silky smoothest narration voices on the planet. Like Happy Feet. Like, what was that line you had from? No, wait, I'm sorry. It was the March of the Penguins. Sorry, wrong Penguin. What was that line you did from March of the Penguins that everybody loves?
Look at that, we're having penguins over.
Well, it's genius, I tell you.
Classic Morgan Freeman.
Yes, Mr. Freeman. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Freeman, the intern.
All right. So our work regimen over here is a little bit different than perhaps other beginning positions you might have done. So let's break in Morgan the intern, okay? Is it okay if I call you Morgan or is it Freeman? Which one?
You can call me Morgan.
Okay, so Morgan the intern. Let's break him in a little bit. Tony, you're the intern breaker, if I can call you that. That's why we call you the GOAT. Greatest of intern breakers.
I don't want to break down on Morgan Freeman here. I mean,
well, he wants to be the intern. He doesn't want special treatment. He gets that from everybody. Like, movie stars are sick of being treated like royalty. They want to be like regular folks. So you just treat them the way you treat anybody.
That's kind of why I applied for internships here.
There you go.
Well, I guess I won't single you out or whatever, but I'll do my best here. So, Morgan Freeman, what can you bring to the table of the podcast?
Well, I'm Morgan Freeman.
Okay, that's pretty good. Anything else?
I can eat pies.
Well, that's pretty good.
Skip rope.
As far as a technical sense, can you do any editing or anything, and maybe find some sponsors, perhaps?
Oh, well, I'm not too savvy with the technology, but I can chew bubble gum.
Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, I really got nothing here from Morgan Freeman. I can't tear into him too much.
Well, now, hang on, Tony, I got something here. Now, Mr. Freeman, would you be able to, hang on, we gotta calm down. Morgan Freeman, get your shit together, Fox. Get your shit together. Okay, Mr. Freeman, could you do me just the slightest favor? Now, downstairs, there's a man in a DEA jacket. DEA stands for Department of Entertaining Affectations. Okay? Can you go down to that gentleman in the jacket? And you go down to him and you hand him this. It's a bag. It's a bag of fake snow. He's got a snow machine. This is his Christmas present. Would you do me a favor and just go hand him this?
All right. I think I can handle that.
All right. Go right ahead. Oh, Mr. Freeman, you're back.
Yeah, that gentleman seemed to be pretty delighted.
Huh. Interesting. Sounds like the Department of Entertaining Affectations is taking a liking to our new intern, Mr. Goat.
That's good. Well, good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is a lot better than John. Oh, he did not fare well.
Oh, well, John just couldn't get the job done.
Couldn't hack it.
Nope.
So, Mr. Freeman, why don't you make yourself at home here at Lollicasters Legends, and we'll check in with you a little bit later in the show. How about it?
All right, sounds good, mate.
All right. So let's see here. Right now, we need to get away from. Whoopsie. We need to get away from the regular podcast, and we need to go to one of our fan favorites. I guess some fans like it. Haven't met any though. I'm just hoping. We need to get into jaw jacking. Are you guys ready for jaw jacking? Oh, not. Ooh.
What's all that about?
Sorry, I had my porn up.
Oh. That's
Yeah.
all good.
Okay. Anyway.
Just commonplace, David.
Hey, why not here and why not now?
Distracting.
To who? Morgan Freeman. I'm sorry, that was me. That was me. That was my bad joke. Sorry, Mr. Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman. How you doing today, Morgan Freeman?
You do not sound like Morgan Freeman, Tony. Don't even try.
Try it. Maybe you can teach me.
Hey, somebody call for me?
See, don't even sound anything like him, Tony. Anyway, we need to get to some jaw jacking here.
All right.
Jaw jacking. Yes, we're into jaw jacking. So, for those of you who have never listened to Lollygaggers before, jaw jacking is a debate segment where we have two of the three of us debate over a completely neutral subject. It could be anything from postage stamps, it could be snow. Snow could be in there. And one of us has to debate that subject is far right. The other one is debating that it is far left. Okay? So, this week, I am the moderator. Mike and Tony are the arguers or debaters. But before we start, we need to figure out who's going first. So, let's flip a coin. All right. Tony, you call it.
Well, what's right and what's left? Maybe we should clear that out for the whole.
Okay, Democrat is left, Republican is right.
Okay. All right.
All right.
That'll work.
So please call it in the air. Tony, go.
Heads.
It's heads. Would you like to go first or second?
I shall go second, sir.
Second. And would you like to argue right or left?
I shall argue for the Republicans.
The Republicans, the right side. Okay?
Correct.
So, that means, Mike, you are on the left side. All right.
Alrighty.
So, let's see here. The debate topic for this week is airplanes. Are airplanes Republican or Democrat? Tony, you begin.
I'm going second.
Oh, you're going second. Sorry, my mistake, everybody. My mistake. I'm still starstruck for Morgan Freeman. Oh my God! All right, go ahead, Mike.
Well, I mean, airplanes are a very heavily regulated industry, which is something that Democrats like to do. They like to regulate the hell out of everything. A lot of bureaucracy, have to go through long lines, talk to people, get your tickets, and wait in more lines to get on the plane. Just a lot of senseless bureaucracy, which is what it's all about. And then they're chock full of problems that they don't ever really seem to care about solving. And try and pack as many people as they can in the plane to get some money and the Democrats, they love getting their money.
Okay, so to sum this up, what if you could sum that up in a few words? What would they be?
So I mean, basically, like the airline industry is run just like how a Democrat would run it, basically.
Okay, so squeezing all the money out of some dude, regulating the shit out of him, taking all their money. I am. I'm just clarifying for those who are listening. Gotcha.
Yep.
So, all right, that was Mike's side. How about Tony? How are the airplanes Republican?
Well, the airplanes are Republican because airplanes take you places, and they're very good at get you there, and you can explore new things and meet new diverse people.
I
Along
see.
with, they're very economical, they're very, very safe, like Republicans. Actually, I think cars would be actually Democrats if you think about it, because they're always banging up and just not doing a good job. But airplanes are pretty safe, and they take you places, and they're very good for you. So, in all, airplanes are Republicans.
Oh, okay. Rebuttal, Mike?
Well, the Democrats, one of their biggest strengths is diversity. They really love diversity. And, airplanes are great for that because they do take you places. They allow you to meet new people, new cultures, learn, just makes the world a smaller place. And without airplanes, we wouldn't be able to, travel to the Middle East and learn about Islamic cultures or travel over to Asia and learn about Asian cultures. So, I would agree that airplanes do take you places, and they take you the whole world, not it's not just Europe, where all the white people are. You get to go where the brown people are, the yellow people, the black people, all the different races.
All right. Yeah.
Wow.
Your counter there, Tony?
Well, we've often done it where we include everyone in, and that's what the whole thing about traveling to keep there safe is. It's just basically that. I do believe, like I said, Democrats would be cars, of course, because they're just a train wreck. And I think actually he hates America too. He definitely hates America. Definitely, you Democrats just hate America. Try to get everyone out of America any way you can. So it just takes down to airplanes are definitely Republican. They're very, very safe. They're very, very efficient. And they'll pretty much take you where we need to go.
So, Mike, your final statements?
Well, diversity is basically what's going to make America great. And, we could, have a lot of immigrants coming from Mexico. That'll bring in some diversity, but, that's only just one part of the world. You're going to need airplanes if you want to bring in other parts of the world. Because, can't walk across. You can't walk across the water. You need to use those airplanes. And I'm not just talking about bringing over the Europeans. Of course, I'm talking about bringing over, the Middle Eastern people, Asian people, African people. All the races. Not just the whites. And the only way they're gonna get here is by using airplanes that are run in a very bureaucratic and regulated manner. And so, we all just need to coexist and get along. And airplanes are just one of the greatest tools we have to be able to bring that about.
All right, that's an interesting closing statement. How about you, Tony? What do you got?
Well, what I got here is basically he was all incorrect because, well, of course, he's a Democrat and he's a car. We can take anyone wherever we need to go, safe, to a destination, and we do not discount anyone. And we're actually working out where you can have guns on the airplane, just because everyone needs their guns.
Oh, it's a terrible idea.
No, it's not. If everyone had guns, they wouldn't have any hijackings.
No, because you use guns.
I do lose my time here, sir. I do believe it's my time here, Mister Keeping airplanes unsafe. I mean, that's just the way it needs to be.
And that's what the U.S. Marshals are for.
No. If everyone carried a gun on an airplane flight, no one would shoot anyone. Just because.
I don't know.
You know, you might get shot off. It's like the old Wild West. I live in the airport. I mean, hell, Ronald Reagan had it, right?
Right, but like, say one person pulls a gun and tries to hijack the plane, everybody else shoots at him, they blow a hole inside the plane, and then it goes down and everybody's dead.
Nope, because we make our airplanes out of titanium. We're pushing for that. We're lobbying for that. Titanium airplanes. A lot safer. A lot safer than any Democrat airplane or whatever. You guys would probably just make a scooter and put a wing on it and call it an airplane.
What if they bring an RPG?
That's perfectly fine.
I don't think titanium's going to stand up to an RPG.
Well, if someone has an RPG at the plane, no one's going to do nothing about it. They'll be like, oh, well, I got a gun. That guy's here to protect us and save us. That's just all there is to it. So, with that, I'm saying airplanes under Republican control would definitely be, I mean, they're already under Republican control because we invented them. So, it's our airplane. It's very, very safe. Actually, we're planning on building walls around airports at this point just to keep everyone safer.
Well, I'm gonna give you like 1 more minute each, just because I like listening to you guys speak nonsense.
Well, you go ahead, Mike. I'm done. We'll see how it is.
Mike, would you like to counter? Building walls around airports to keep everyone safe?
I mean, I don't really see why we need the walls. I mean, we have the security checkpoints to, make sure that no one brings on deadly weapons, and we have the government providing security with the U.S. Marshals and airport security. And so, we don't need guns on planes. It's bad idea. A lot of people die. Airplane's gonna crash down to the ground. And it's gonna be the apocalypse, basically. And just airplanes raining down on everybody. Hijack planes, fly them in schools, fly them in hospitals. Basic apocalypse stuff.
Okay, so apocalypse. Do you want to say anything against that, Tony?
Yeah, basically, it's not a bad idea to put walls around airports. I mean, we'll just do security at the wall. When we come on into the whole entrance, then we speed up the whole process of getting on the airplane and be all good. Everyone will have their guns, will be safe. Better food, too. We're going to give people some Chick-fil-A. I hear that's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I hear that Smelta gives everybody Chick-fil-A if their flights are delayed.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. So, I'm going to tell you this right now. The Democrats are just a bunch of cars running around, just blowing each other up. If you allow us to put guns on airplanes, even RPGs or even 50 cal weapons, that would be just fine. Because everyone would be safer.
All right, is that the end of your arguments?
Yeah, that's fine. If you could maybe check underneath your desk for a second there. I think I see something underneath there crawling around.
Oh, I see. All right. Wait. Is this what I think it is?
I don't know. Is it what you think it is?
It looks like a bag of gummy bears.
Oh, it could be.
All right. Let's just test these puppies out. Oh, that's a good gummy bear. Okay. So I reached the verdict. Today's winner, not just because of the gummy bears, is Tony. Because I love gummy bears.
Thank you, sir. I need to see it my way.
Oh, I love these gummy bears. What is this? What's this paper? Money? This is $100.
Yeah, that's to contribute towards next week's podcast, of course.
Oh, now I get it. Okay. So Tony's the double winner. And sorry, Mike, but airplanes, turns out, they're Republican. Who knew? No idea. All right, well, that brings us to the end of Jaw Jackin'. What do you guys think around the world? Are airplanes Republican or are they Democrat? Or does it matter? Are we all morons? Pretty sure I know the answer to that one. All right, so let's get into our moral of today. We got to wrap up today. We've had a pretty long and interesting podcast. So, Tony, can you give us the moral of today?
When flying on an airplane, make sure that you don't bring a 3-ounce container. Just bring a gun.
Oh, okay, guns instead of 3-ounce containers. That's great. How about you there, Mike?
The world's a small place. It's smaller every day.
Okay, all right. So let's see here. We've had some ups and downs. We've learned some stuff. I couldn't tell you what it is that we've learned.
What's your moral of the day?
Oh, thank you, Tony.
Hey, Mike, you think we should ask Dave what his moral of the day is?
Possibly.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Dave, what's your moral of the day?
My moral of the day. Let's see here.
But do you want to give a moral of the day?
Kinda. Well, I'm on the fence.
Well, fine. What's your moral of the day?
Well, if Mickey goes on a plane without an RPG, he might end up giving everyone a pearl necklace.
That is very, very deep. Very deep.
There's layers there. There's layers.
You opened my eyes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Morgan Freeman. Okay, that's it for us here at Lollygaggers. We'll talk to you next time. See ya.
Bye.